Good morning, world. I am Judy, your web-based therapist, making therapy accessible and convenient for clients in Florida and New York, and of course, sharing information worldwide. Today, we are talking about 5 behaviors to avoid while your partner is dealing with your infidelity, because we know infidelity generally brings up a lot of emotions on both sides. Both the person who stepped out of the relationship as well as their partner will be experiencing a great deal of emotions. And so today we're talking about 5 behaviors we need to avoid while your partner go through their journey of healing. First is getting angry. Once the infidelity is revealed, your partner will be going through a great deal of emotions, and one of them will probably be anger, and that will probably be intense anger. One of our natural reactions to anger when dealing with someone who is angry, one of our natural reactions is usually to escalate. If you're going to be angry, I'm going to be angry. But in that situation, it is critical that you avoid trying to match the person's anger. If they're getting angry, do everything you can to stay calm. Avoid getting angry with them, because that just creates a volatile situation and makes it even more difficult for them to heal, for the relationship to be mended. Instead of give them time, give them space to be angry, give them as much space as they want in order for them to go through their process while you are still being there for them. They know that you're here for them. 2, justifying or making excuses for your behavior. Yes, it already happened, but give your partner the courtesy of not trying to make excuses, of not trying to justify what happened. Own up to your decision. Regardless of how you feel about the decision, own up to it, because it was a decision that you made. A lot of times when people try to justify or make excuses for their behavior, it usually comes off as you're saying it was the other person's fault. You're blaming the other person for what happened. Own up to the decision that you made. Own up to your behavior and avoid trying to justify or make excuses. And by no means, seriously, never blame the other person for what happened. 3, retaliations. Sometimes the person's healing journey, your partner's healing journey, may not be going the way you think. They may take a little longer to get back to trusting, to get back to their comfort, to being comfortable in the relationship. They may be distant, and sometimes people can retaliate. Don't do that. If your partner is taking time to heal, is taking time to work their way back to the relationship, and you start retaliating because you feel that they're being distant or they're being whatever it is that you think they're doing wrong, and you start retaliating, that's just going to further alienate the person. That's not going to help the situation. If your partner is taking longer than you thought it would take, just go with it. Give them space, give them time, be supportive, be there for them, and help them move along the journey, as opposed to doing things that could make it more difficult for them to move along. 4, don't be dismissive of their feelings, of the person, of the way, their reaction, their perception. Don't be dismissive of anything that they are going through, and do not disconnect from the relationship because you don't agree with whether it's the feelings or the their reaction, whatever it is that you don't agree with. It's important that you don't just disconnect from the relationship because you don't agree with their process, because their process is not what you thought they should have done. Which brings us to the last one, which is do not impose what you think they should do. Sometimes people have this idea that, hey, this is what happened and therefore this is what should be done. No, every person has a different process. Every person has a different journey that they go through. And it's important that you allow the person to go through their own journey. However, they need to go through the journey in order to heal. Some people may need to have the partner there, even if they're not talking to them. Some people need a little bit of space from their partner. Maybe if the person is angry and crying, they may want a hug, but another person may not want you to touch them. So it helps a lot to ask the person what they need, but be prepared for the fact that the answer will sometimes be I don't know, because the person may actually not know what they need because they are just going through this journey as you are. Quick recap. 1, getting angry. Avoid getting angry, because that just makes a volatile situation if one person is angry and the other one gets angry too. 2, do not try to justify or make excuses for your actions, because a lot of times that comes off as you blaming the other person for your decisions. 3, retaliations. Even if you think the person, if you don't agree with how their process is, you don't get to retaliate because you don't feel that this is right. Yeah, no retaliation. Do not be dismissive of their process, of their feelings, of their journey, because this is their journey. Don't disconnect. Just stay there and be with them and be supportive. And finally, you do not get to impose how you think they should be handling the situation or what you think they should be doing. Ask them questions and they'll tell you if they know, but sometimes the answer will be, I don't know. And as always, if you or someone you know may be going through something that is more than you can handle, there's a lot of help out there. So do please reach out and get that help. And that is all we have for today. Good morning, world. Have an awesome day.